wanted to share the goodness of God.
Right.
I wanted to show people that no matter where you've been, there's always an upside. There's always an opportunity to pivot. There's always there's a place that you can go to. There's a place that you can be vulnerable at.
Yeah.
You know, there's a sovereign God that knows. He knows you. He wants to, build with you. He wants to change you. He wants to help you.
Right.
And those things you might not get from the world, but you can get it from God.
Do you think anything is possible inside of Sin City, Las Vegas? I believe what God is doing is that he's bringing people together under the spirit of unity to display that anything and everything is possible through him. This is Las Vegas United. Well, hello and welcome to Las Vegas United. I'm your host, Dr. Presley. If you're watching from King 17, we welcome you. From our app, we thank you for downloading it and thank you for joining us. If you're watching from YouTube, I have a question. Have you subscribed? If you have not, make sure you do. Make sure you hit that bell so that way whenever we go live, you know exactly what's going on inside of your city, because that's what this show is all about. It's about talking about what God is doing in people, through people, inside of your city, my city. And speaking of your and my city, I have someone special with me today. Hey, can you help me welcome Brother D? What's happening, my guy?
How you guys doing?
Man, what's
Blessed.
going on,
Blessed.
man?
Thank you guys for having me.
Oh, dude, it's a pleasure having you up on here, man. I remember always running into you in the street evangelist opportunities and stuff, how you were MC for Kingdom Minded and everything, man. I know a little bit about you, but some of our viewers, they don't know nothing about you.
Okay.
Can you let them know who we know as Brother D is?
Okay.
Can you let everybody know who you are?
Yes. So I'm Demaria. Everybody calls me Brother D.
Yeah.
I'm an evangelist. I'm a on fire for God man, and I love the community. I am just, God is just, he's just given me the ability to mingle with people. I'm a people's person.
Yeah.
I love people despite of, the good or bad, because I've been through so much.
Come on, dog.
And
you talking already. Talking already.
Yeah,
let me get comfortable now.
Yeah, so I've been through so much, and God is, he has, worked on me, and and I just come out, I show up, and I bring the fire. I'm all about uplifting people. I'm all about bringing forth the gospel.
Yeah.
I am a man that is committed to the things of God, and wherever God leads me, I go.
What brought you to this place of this reverence, number one, right? Because in order to do what you're doing on a consistent basis, for God to open up doors, there has to be a reverence to God. There has to be a submission to God and what he wants for your life. Right? The places that he wants you to go to touch other individuals' lives. So with the reverence and the fear and trembling, right? And the worship and the homage to God, what brought you to this place of submission?
Yeah. So what brought me to the place of submission, it was I was in a jail cell. I did time. I was, went through had a hard life. Yeah. And, I remember being in a cell and I was just so upset about my life. I was in my 20s and I just seen a lot of failure, a lot of disappointment. And I remember crying out to the Lord in that cell. And I was just asking God, I was just like, why is this happening to me? And the Lord met me in that jail cell. And I remember a small, still voice said to give it all to me. And I just poured out to him. I told him everything that I was upset about. Poured everything out. And within doing that, I was able to find myself in a relationship and knowing God. That's how I got to know God in that time, and that's when everything shifted for me. Once I felt that the spirit come over me, once I felt the heaviness leave me, once I felt a supernatural divine essence come into that cell, once I was able to go into the word, start to understand it more, reading the word, getting it, having a fear when I was reading the word because I was in Revelations. I started in
Oh,
Revelations.
right.
but the power, the Spirit of God came over me, compelled me into worship.
Yeah.
And I started worshiping God. And then I started to speak into spiritual tongues.
What better way to really come to that place where you're like, man, I started the book of Revelation, man, and it's like, oh my goodness.
Yes.
But then, like you said, it brought me to the place of worship, and you just made me think of it's like they're the angels and the elders are saying, holy, holy, holy. Is the Lord God Almighty, right? And so it's like, what better reverence, what better worship than to join in with than those that's doing it. You dig what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Oh, dude. So so you're here and you're like, I'm tired of of my decisions I'm making. I'm tired of just all of this. I need to change. And now God comes in. He gives you the gift of tongues, bro. What happens now, bro? Like, cause I had the gifting of tongues, and this is one of those deals, man. Like, I recall getting baptized, bro, and coming out of the water talking in tongues for 2 straight hours, nonstop, right? And it's just like when you're done, you're just like, oh my goodness, like that just happened. So what happens, bro? I'm curious. I love hearing stuff like this, bro.
It was, I didn't know what it was at first. I was like, what's going on here? In my head, I'm like, what's going on? But it was a spirit. It was, I come from a family of worshipers. I was raised in the church as a young kid at a certain age. My mom was on the worship team. She sung. That's how she got her deliverance. Oh, wow. So I come from a background of music. So it's kind of funny how God is, God is funny. He knows the tune already that was naturally in you. And I was a musician. I did music. I liked music. And I loved spiritual hymns. And from there, going into that spiritual realm of God, knowing that made me get more in tune with the meeting God. That's where I met God. Once I got into that spirit, I was able to, I knew that the spirit was on me when I started to utter in the spiritual tongues. It was a spiritual thing. It was a connection. That's where I found my place with God, speaking in the spiritual tongues.
We're getting to what you do now, right? What God has called you to. But but the thing is, I think it's important sometimes for people to understand why we do what we do. Where we kind of came from. They may not need to know all the details, right? But the small details. Okay. But they need to know what got me to this place, because obviously, what God does, He stirs something up inside of us, right? And it's not just saying, oh, I see a need, I step over the need. It's like, no, like I see the need. And the question becomes is, why do I see the need and no one else seems to see the same need? Right. And so it's like, so now you're out, right? The gifting of tongues, the Spirit has come upon you, and now you're out, and now you have the choice of, okay, do I continue going down this path that I just encountered God with, or do I go back to what I know? What happens now?
So God used everything that I went through, my past, not having a father, being abused sexually, emotionally, not having the love that I needed. Everything that I went through, God used that and He turned it around. And what He did was He felt that need. He became my father. He became my mother. He became the one that showed me how to love. Everything that I was missing because of what my parents done, they were lost. They weren't really saved, but the Lord did everything. Everything that happened to me was for a purpose. Right. It wasn't in vain. All the hardship, all the things that happened to me was for, now what happened was God healed me, showed me truth, and then showed me that others in the community are needing help. So what He did was He worked on me, changed me, gave me an opportunity, and showed me that this is what you're called to do. He gave me purpose. And within that purpose, it led me to what I'm doing now. It led me to going out. I had a purpose. I had something that I knew that God had, showed me that I wanted to share with others. I wanted to share faith. I wanted to share the goodness of God. I wanted to show people that no matter where you've been, there's always an upside. There's always an opportunity to pivot. There's always there's a place that you can go to. There's a place that you can be vulnerable at. You know, there's a sovereign God that knows. He knows you. He wants to, you know, build with you. He wants to change you. He wants to help you. Right. And those things you might not get from the world, but you can get it from God. And that was my journey when I went out and I started to partner with Kingdom Minded and I started to go out and evangelize. I was tugged to go out and share my testimony to the people. I started at Bonneville bus stop. Then I went to Owens and Stocker. Then I started to feed the homeless. So that's where God started to use me in different places. But I started to get around like-minded individuals as yourself, as other pastors, Pastor John. You know, he just led me and gave me purpose. And then I'm just living out my purpose.
It's interesting, right? Because, you know, you're like, you know, obviously the places you're like, I'm getting around like-minded people, right?
Yes.
I'm going to places that I probably hung out at, right?
Exactly.
But before I walk past all the needs, but now I see not just the physical needs, but I see the spiritual needs of the people. And what I find interesting about God, and maybe you've come across this, especially, you know, being an evangelist, man, you guys are always around people like consistently, right? Is that once God heals our brokenness, we're able to pinpoint the same brokenness inside of someone else. And sometimes they're reluctant to allow you to be like, I see the brokenness. And now you're kind of like, you're reaching for it, but you're like looking to embrace them at the same time. They're like, don't touch there. Right? Exactly. Have you encountered that before? And so let me ask you a question, especially now coming out and now going and doing what God has asked you to do and called you to do. And now you're reaching people in their brokenness, right? But there's one thing I do when I do this. I don't do this as a, so like you said, hey, I went through some things, pastors and everything. And I guess sometimes for me, I find myself, I want to say I'm sorry for what you've gone through from another pastor. I don't think as pastors we can do it enough for people. Not saying that you need it, right? But from the office of a pastor, I just want to say I'm sorry for what you've gone through from what was caused from the office. The biggest part is I love that the verbiage that you're using can only come from a heart and a mind and a soul that has been healed by God.
Amen.
You know what I mean? The words that you're doing, the work that you're doing, for you to say, you know, you said what God has done is not in vain. Someone who is unhealed can't say those words. But you sit here, you're like, no, God's work is not in vain. It will never be in vain.
Never.
Let me ask you a question, because maybe this might help somebody. Maybe they haven't gone through what you've gone through. But maybe they feel, like you said, the tug to do something for God. But they're like, I don't know if the work of God will be in vain. What can you tell them? Because I know there had to have been a struggle inside. What can you tell a person that may be struggling on the inside of God's work in my healing is not in vain, or I don't want to deal with that?
Right. Yeah. So I would let them know that God loves you, has the most, he has a plan for you. His plan's not to harm you, but to prosper you. But when you know God's love, it compels you to understand that it is to not harm you, it's to grow you, it's to make you better. And I would tell the individual, I would say that the love of God, just as I am a parent, I have a daughter, I have a son, and I want the best for their future. And what I'm offering for my kids is love and affection, and for them to be healed. And I will tell them that, you know, to get to know God's love. That's the first thing that compelled me, was that the love of God, how much he loves me, how much he cares about my well-being, how much he understands that I'm frustrated, that I don't know what I'm doing, that I don't know where I'm going. He's there. He's there for you.
Yeah.
He's there for you to call on. He's there for you to rely on. He's there for you when other people are not there. He's always listening, and he's always by your side.
Come on.
And it's just, it takes you just a little bit of faith.
Yeah.
Just a mustard seed of faith. And it might not even have to be an outward word.
Yeah.
It can be in your heart. It can be a feeling. He's already there. Before I got saved, it was like he already knew.
Yeah.
He already knew that I was ready. And he came.
Come on.
It was in my heart. It was in my spirit.
Yeah.
I wanted to change. He knew it. He was like, here I am.
Yeah.
Here I am, son. Yeah, it's time.
It's time.
Yeah.
And you think only a father that's very, like you say, you have children, and as a father, I think as fathers, it's one of those deals that we see things, and we know it's not time yet.
Right. Yeah, it's not time yet. Yeah.
Mom be like, no, you got to stop them from doing it. It's like, no, it's not time yet. Right? It's like, no, you have to, they're going to fall. No, it's not time yet.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
But the moment that you know it's time is the moment that you step in.
Yes.
The moment that God knew that you were ready is the moment he stepped in.
Yeah, he stepped in.
For me, the moment he knew I was ready, the moment, and it's interesting, right? Because God will bring up stuff of the past because he knows we're ready to deal with it.
Yep.
In all of this now,
yes,
right? You've come out, you've gone through some things in life. You've given your life to God. Now you're like, Lord, I am zealous for you, right?
Amen. Yes.
I'm zealous for you. And you said at the same time, it's like, hey, it's like in the Bible, it's like, yeah, Lord, I believe, but help me with my unbelief. There's a portion of me that doesn't believe. Help me with that part.
Yeah.
Right. And you're there. You're like, but the unbelief part was overwritten by God's love for me.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Right.
And so now from that love, you now start a nonprofit.
Yes.
Ages of Hope, correct?
Ages of Hope, humanitarian, yes.
What do you do here?
God has led me to starting a nonprofit organization. Everything self-taught, LLC. Everything self-taught. I didn't graduate high school. I didn't have the tools, but God gave me the tools.
Yeah.
I started an LLC. He started to guide me on where he wanted me to go. And so he wanted me to target the youth, at-risk youth, youth of today in the city of Las Vegas, because a lot of them have some of them are fatherless. Yeah. Some of them are dealing with, abandonment issues. Some of them don't have a mother involved in their life. Some of them are in the foster system, such as myself. I was a foster kid. And a lot of them are dealing with stress and anxiety and suicidal thoughts. Right. So God was like, I want you to cover them. I want you to come alongside of them. Right. I am my brother's keeper.
Come on,
right?
Man.
I am my brother's keeper. Right. Now. My concern and my duty as a man of God is to protect the Lord's children. And what I started to see from my life growing up, that is where everything started for me. When I was a juvenile, not having a father, not having the proper love, not having the proper guidance, mom is no protection, right? Yeah. And so a lot of kids, a lot of youth are in need of a peer support system, someone to tell them that, hey, changing up the verbiage of how they speak. You're not a bad child. You just make mistakes. Even as adults, we make mistakes, right? So what we're doing is we're going to the schools, we're going to, any type of youth facilities, juvenile detention. And what we're doing is we're bringing the love of Christ. We're sharing our testimonies of where we've been and showing them that there is a God, there is a good God. And what we do is, as we talk to them, we allow them to speak. We want them to talk. Some kids are not heard. Parents are working. They're tired at the end of the day. They want to go to sleep. And the child is not heard. The social media, it's just it's a lot of disconnect. Yeah. So what we do is we come alongside of the youth. We allow them to speak. We allow them to be open. Let them know that this is a safe space. Yeah. We bring out music. We bring out clothes and shoes for kids that are underprivileged, that don't have those necessities, because some of them are dealing with bullying, or they have not the clothes. You know how it is. It's school. They can't really focus on their curriculum because they're dealing with stuff. Me growing up, mom, getting into it, my mom, adopted mom, having to walk a mile to school.
Oh man.
So we're just partnering up with the youth,
Yeah.
and sharing faith, and also just helping them to get over those hurdles.
So what else does Agent of Hope do? Like, where do you guys go? Like, because I know you guys go to the high schools and stuff, but like obviously there is a working aspect that you guys have developed with the school system. Like how, like what else are you guys doing? Because like I said, you guys, like you say, we're going after the youth. These are these specific ones. Although all of them.
Right, all of them.
But like, where are you guys going in order to get to them?
Okay, so yes, we're going to the high schools. We're going to the juvenile detention centers.
Oh man, you guys are there too.
Going to the homeless shelters for teens. We're also going on the streets as well. A lot of, some teenagers are homeless. They're homeless out here. And then we're also like, if we get referrals from any programs director, my dad has a program out here that works with juveniles in the city of Las Vegas, that are, going through the juvenile detention center.
Right.
So, Hard Knocks, rehabilitation. So I am that one that comes in and, I talk to them and I tell them, how much they're loved and how much they're valued, and what they're going through is just temporary. You know what I mean? And the plan is so much bigger. But if you learn to be courageous and be strong and allow don't allow these things to determine your future. This is your charisma right here. Like the things that I went through, the hardest things I went through made me who I am today. I love it. It made me strong. It made me realize that, we are all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God, but it's He that is the one that is, perfect and mighty, and that's what we bring forth.
Oh, dude, I love that. It's like, you really let them know, like, hey, it's not I that lives, but it's Christ that lives in me. And that really is giving them hope, especially like you said, hey, they have so many other things. It's like, academics is one thing, but their academics are affected by not being heard, not being seen. How they are seen, how they're not heard, right? How they are heard when they are, so it's like, you guys are going after them to really bring light, the light of the love of God, the light of the grace and mercy of God into somewhere where it's just like, I have so much stuff going on. Right. And you think, I guess, as an adult, you're like, dude, you guys are in high school. You have nothing going on. And it's like, although I may not have the issues of an adult, I have the issues that are inside of the school. That I'm in more time than I'm in my home. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, our youth do spend a lot of time in school, but then the other part too is you're like, hey, no, we're going also to the juvenile detention center. Like, can I ask you a question? Because we only have a few moments left. When you guys go into the juvenile detention, what are you experiencing with those young people there?
So a lot of them are, dealing with up and coming cases. Some of us have cases ourselves. We've been in the juvenile detention center. Some of our staff. So we're talking to them about what things that they can do, legally. Also just encouraging them. We're seeing like, just showing up doing gospel rap, they like the music. They like the swag, we tell them like, hey, listen, like, this is what, we're trying to encourage them for their future when they come home. Like, let's not, we don't no longer have to be gang members anymore. Some of us are ex-gang members, me and myself. But what we're getting is we're just vibing with them. Just coming and showing them that, hey, we're rooting for you. We're out here. We're rooting for you guys. You know what I mean? We've been in your position before, and we want to share. We want to show you guys that there is a better way.
Question for you, because I'm curious. This is probably just a personal question. Is do the young people there, do they get tired of hearing people say, I've been there before? Or do you find that for some people, they're like, oh yeah, whatever. But for others, they're really in tune with what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. They love that you've been there before. You know, a lot of kids were, they you know, if we have something that we can relate with, they're like, okay, you know, yeah, I'll listen to that. But if I'm coming in and I'm like, I'm unrelatable, it's like, yeah, of course you can say that, you know, they don't kind of respect it. What I've noticed is that's why I think, you know, God is so strategic. It's just like, he knows what's what. He knows that you had that same similar, go get him, go get them.
Yeah.
You know, you have that type of energy, you know, you have that type of that charisma, that the youth are looking for, that swag. They like the swag. Yeah. They like the swag.
No, most definitely.
And they like to hear an underdog story. Everybody likes the underdog.
Really?
Yeah. You know, like, hey, listen, I've been here and I've been there. I've done this and I've been there. I didn't have a father, but here I am, you know, I'm an entrepreneur. I have a nonprofit. I have an LLC. You know, I changed my life around, and here I am. I'm a motivational speaker. You know, I come, you know, and I tell them, you know, I got, you know, the 2025 scat, and some of them see them. Like, I'll drive my car to the school, and they say, hey, you know, they admire it, and I say, you know, but listen to this story. You know, this is what God has done in my life. You know, so
I like that. Like you show them it, like, but listen, it's only possible, when you live your life a particular way, according to a particular person, according to a particular will, right? Dude, I love that so much. So in our last few moments, let me ask you a question. How can people partner with you, sew in, find out more about Agents of Hope? Website, phone number, what you got?
So I got the cell phone number. You guys can reach me out. My personal cell phone number, 725-300-8121. And then we have our website. It's agentsofhope.net. Also, you can also reach us at agentsofhope humanitarian.com. For any emails, anyone wants to reach out for volunteering. And we also post our information of our up and coming events on our website. We have ways to give, donating, any type of, you know, financially, or just also clothes, you know, clothes and shoes and different things that kids are missing. You know, they don't have hygiene stuff. You guys can reach out, or we can actually come and pick it up. Once you guys, you know, reach out to us, we can come and pick it up.
Oh, dude, man, my guy, man. Dude, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming up on here, man.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
No, thank you so much. And thank you for going out and reaching our youth at vulnerable times.
Yes, it is.
You know, because the thing is that, you know, everyone's called to a particular group of people. Right. And obviously, and I thank you for embracing your call and going out and going after the lost ones, going after the ones that you identify. You're like, I know your story. Without you telling me, I can tell by the way you walk. I can tell by the look in your eyes. I can tell by your shoulders. You know, so, man, thank you, bro, for doing what you're doing, man.
Shout out to the Agents of Hope team as well. I love you guys.
No, most definitely, man. Hey, also too, we want to thank you guys for tuning in as well. Hey, if you want to if you have anyone that you know that could benefit from just sitting down and having a conversation with someone like Brother D or someone from his team, make sure you guys reach out to Agents of Hope as well. Other than that, thank you for tuning in for Las Vegas United. We'll catch you on our next episode. We'll see you very soon.
Our show is hosted by Pastor Dada Presley from Connection Church LV. To learn more about him and his ministry, please visit myconnectionlv.org. The guest this week is Demaria Shapiro from Agents of Hope. For more information, please visit agentsofhope.net. For more information about CTN Vegas and our show, please visit ctnvegas.com.